Hello. Why do you miss your first love? This is the reality stories make you feel your past. Let's get started. It wasn't like I had a light bulb suddenly go off in my head telling me I loved her. We first met in our newspaper class. We have a mutual friend who was in that class too, so we ended up sitting on either side of him. He's gay, haha. Takes him out of the equation. Also, I have a boyfriend. I had never really considered the possibility of being attracted to other girls. I think my strong Christian upbringing kept those feelings suppressed, and I know for sure that I like guys, so I guess I always considered myself to be 100% straight. So it wasn't like a love at first sight kind of thing. I actually didn't even know her name until a couple weeks after we first met. I mostly just talked to our mutual friend, and there wasn't much interaction between us. But I do this thing where when I first meet someone and they really catch my interest, I become almost obsessed. It's happened a few times in my life, twice with different girls and also with my current boyfriend. My thoughts become entirely devoted to them. I spend my free moments remembering the fragments of our conversations, recalling every detail of their lips and hands and legs and necks. Looking back, I guess it's that initial puppy love feeling. Every other time it has faded away, boyfriend included, but with her, it's different. I think that part, that kind of initial admiration, hit me over time. I was just talking to her and I realized that our simple conversations had me wanting more. I wanted to know every little detail of her life. The place that she sets her shoes down when she gets home from school. The day she went to Disneyland when she was 6. The shadows that haunted her dreams. I would sit in class and memorize the curves and lines and shapes that formed her face and how they changed when she laughed. We're also in band together, but we only saw each other at games and competitions. The first time I felt physically attracted was when we rode buses to Houston. I was one of the last people on, and I almost had to sit in the front seat until she stood up and shouted my name, calling me to sit with her in the only other empty seat on the bus. We didn't talk a whole lot. We were content to sit in silence in each other's company. On the way there, we discussed music and books and argued over movies. She loves them, but I couldn't care less. But on the way back, when the bus was silent and it was well into the early morning hours, I started to drift off. I was in the aisle seat, so there was nowhere to rest my head. So after trying to sleep sitting straight up, I pretended to slouch down and sleep and rested my head on her shoulder. Those moments where I was awake and more alive than ever, despite faking sleep, were some of the best, most serene I can remember. We fit together like pieces of a puzzle, and it was glorious and revolutionary for me. I wanted more. I wanted to be able to lift my head and kiss her softly, to touch every little part of her body, and make her feel like she was the only one in the world. I think she may have sensed that. From that point, we got more flirtatious and clingy, and we bonded faster than I've ever bonded with anyone. She's cried on my shoulder, and I've laughed myself to tears around her. And it's perfect. I think the next big step was a journalism convention in San Antonio, where we shared a room and bed. There were 3 other girls in the room, but none of them mattered. We would wake up early for Starbucks dates every morning and spend our days together on the Riverwalk. The nights were the definition of sexual tension. In that hotel room bed on the second night, we both revealed ourselves to the full. I told her about my screwed up history with porn at a young age, and she told me that she was clinically depressed and on medication and therapy. And I kissed her head when she told me that, and when she returned it, she missed in the dark and hit my lips. And we smiled. I asked her to cuddle with me, and for that night and the rest, I fell asleep to a girl who knew me down to the parts of my soul that I didn't even know existed. As for the sex part, nothing more has happened since then. I wish it would, but I'm not going to make a move. I want to kiss every inch of her and pleasure her until her head explodes, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. That's okay though, I'll wait. I love her. I doubt she thinks I love her any different than I love my other friends. Of course, I have a boyfriend who I don't love quite as much, but that's another story for later. The important thing here is that I don't think anyone could ever make me feel the way she does when she gets protective and my stomach flips, and when she smiles at me and I can't help but return it. It's new and scary, especially because I don't know if she's even attracted to women, and she doesn't know that I am. I think it will turn out okay. As long as I am beside her, I am happy. That's it for the story. Hope you like it and press the subscribe button. Thanks for watching the whole story.